there's got to be more to life than being a wife and a mother. And I'm here to tell you right now, folks, guys, if she starts talking like this, if she starts saying stuff like that, get the fuck out.
I was one of those women that thought I was special and that my ex-fiance wouldn't abuse me. Granted, I didn't know at the time when I first started dating him that he was abusive, but when the red flags started showing, I thought it was different. But part of the reason why I thought I was special is that my ex-fiance used to tell me that I was special. He would tell me that I was unlike anybody that he had ever dated, and that I was unlike his ex-wife, whom he was married to for something like 12 years.
I think he's slick, and I got his location. I see him out on a date, so I'm gonna sit down. Hey, Jamal.
What's good with it?
Hey. Who this? Who is this?
How you doing, miss?
This your drink?
Yeah.
Let me just sit this right here.
What?
Thank you.
Oh.
Hi. What's your name?
Katie.
No. Who is this, Jamal? You didn't know I had your location?
She said her name's Katie.
You didn't know I had your location?
I never met this woman a day in my life.
You never met her a day in your life? Oh, to see.
You never met me?
It's okay.
You never met me?
Hello fam, how are you all doing? Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Let's talk about when a man tells a lady that she is special, that she is different from every other lady he has been with. She's different from every other lady out there. Did he really mean it that way? Or did he just recognize a prey, someone he wants to prey on? Let's have a look at this video.
I was one of those women that thought I was special and that my ex-fiance wouldn't abuse me. Granted, I didn't know at the time when I first started dating him that he was abusive, but when the red flags started showing, I thought it was different. But part of the reason why I thought I was special is that my ex-fiance used to tell me that I was special. He would tell me that I was unlike anybody that he had ever dated, and that I was unlike his ex-wife, whom he was married to for something like 12 years. And that there were all these qualities about me that made me different. And I ate it up. He also described his ex-girlfriend in plausible but disparaging terms. He described her as having a personality disorder, and that he gave me her diagnosis. And it sounded very serious and more real than just a guy calling his ex-girlfriend crazy. What I didn't think through were the other red flags that he told me about his own behavior in the relationship. And I'll never forget this now, but early on in the relationship, maybe a few weeks in, he had described how they had gotten back together at some point, and they were bubbled up during COVID and decided to take a boat cruise down the Potomac River. And she was on his boat, and at one point they got in a fight, and he decided that he wanted to leave her at a random marina and tried to drop her off at a strange marina at night at something like 10 o'clock at night, he described, until bystanders at that marina intervened and said, you can't just leave her here. It's not safe. It is peak COVID. No one's got vaccines. Everyone's socially distancing. She's got no way to get back home. You can't leave her here. And at the time, I remember that registering for me as off, that it was a very serious thing to just try and dump your girlfriend physically off at a marina with no way to get home and nowhere to go in the middle of the night during peak COVID. That would have taken an act of desperation in order to do that. But he described it in desperate terms, that she was terrible and yelling at him and he couldn't take it. Until he did it to me. I do not have a personality disorder. I don't have one. I'm actually relatively normal and was actually surprisingly tolerant of all of his bullshit and fuckery during the relationship. He betrayed my trust so many times, and the time that he ended up dumping me in a parking lot in Chapel Hill, North Carolina on Christmas Eve with no way to get home. Chapel Hill is, North Carolina. I live in Washington, D.C., 4 hours away. No ride home, nothing. Threw my bags on the ground and dumped me on Christmas Eve in this parking lot, just leaving me stranded. He did that. Not because I was screaming at him, not because I was yelling at him, not because of anything that I was doing that was inappropriate, but because I had caught him in a lie. The lie that I caught him in was that he had promised to save money for our wedding because I bought my own engagement ring when he said that he didn't have money for one. And I come to find out 9 months into our engagement that he has only saved $600, which was nowhere close to what he should have had saved. And when I confronted him on this, he lost it and told me that he was done with me and that I was just like his ex-girlfriend, and that nothing was good enough for me. Like, shocker. Yes, of course it is not good enough for me that you are lying to me. Why would that be good enough for any woman? Either way, like, when I found this out, I was devastated. I cried. I asked him questions. I was like, why did you do this? Like, why didn't you save money like you promised to save? And like, was asking him questions. And the next morning I woke up and was just still processing. I was like withdrawn. I didn't want to really talk to him while I was trying to think through like what this meant for us in the relationship, but I wasn't inappropriate. And he was the one that started snapping at me and saying, I feel like you're just in a seething cloud of contempt. This man didn't even give me 24 hours to process this massive 9-month-long lie of omission with like grace and dignity and with contrition and apology. The very next day, he starts trying to turn it around on me, telling me that I'm in a seething cloud of contempt because I'm just trying to think about what this really means for us. And this is how I got left in a parking lot on Christmas Eve, stranded 4 hours outside of my city. And I think about that and how when he had told me originally about how he had tried to dump his ex-girlfriend in an unfamiliar marina in the middle of the night during COVID with nowhere to go and no way to get home. And it was only because bystanders saw him and intervened and said, you can't do this, that he thought better of it. And I think about how when he told me that story initially, I was like, wow, that sounds really alarming. And like, but nothing like that could ever happen to me because I wouldn't yell and scream at him. Turns out you don't need to yell and scream at this man in order for him to abandon you in terrible situations, awful situations. You just have to try and hold him accountable to his bullshit.
Sometimes when a man tells a woman that she's special, it's manipulation disguised as flattery. When some men call a woman special or different, it's less about admiration and more about setting her up to tolerate bad behavior. By making her feel unique, they often create a dynamic where she feels chosen or privileged, which can make her more likely to overlook red flags or mistreatment. It's like they are grooming her to become more understanding, more forgiving, and ultimately more tolerant to things no one should accept. These men are often seeking women they perceive as naive or overly empathetic. Women they think will endure disrespect because they've been made to feel special. In reality, it's a tactic to control and use them without accountability. Women need to know being called special doesn't mean they should be treated as less deserving of respect and boundaries. When a man tells a woman that she's special or better than her ex, it might be exciting at first, but it's a trap. As a lady, feeling superior because of his words, it can create a false sense of security and competition with other women. I tell you, it's detrimental because it pits women against each other instead of focusing and addressing the real issue. You should ask yourself, why does he feel the need to compare in the first place? Ladies, being special or being told you're special does not mean you should tolerate disrespect or manipulation. We don't need to prove our worth by being better than someone else. True value comes from self-respect and knowing that you deserve love without competition or games. Please don't let compliments blind you to his actions. They always tell the real story. She saw the red flag when he told her about what he did to his ex, but what did she think? How did she feel? Oh, no, it's not going to happen to me because I'm not going to yell at him, or because I'm special, because I'm different. The red flag is always in the character. It's always in their actions.
So how long y'all knew each other?
About a minute.
You know, like a month or so.
A month?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how did y'all meet, if you don't mind me asking?
You know,
To a friend.
Through a friend?
he delivers to my job.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all met while you was at work?
Yeah. My homeboy had a little job for him and then, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh. So are you guys dating? You guys a couple?
I wouldn't say that. It's a little early.
So, but you guys are talking.
Yeah.
Jamal, you guys are talking.
I mean, we talking right now.
No, not conversing. You guys are dating? You guys are trying to lead to a relationship?
I mean,
You know my vocabulary now. These are all man.
Did he tell you he was single?
yeah.
Oh, you're single, Jamal.
Let's talk about it. That video went viral a couple of days back. So let me tell you what's going on. That lady caught her boyfriend cheating on her. She had tracked his movements. I think she knew where he was. I think probably she has a tracker that tracks his location on her phone. So she went to the restaurant where he was. There's a part 2 to it. Let's watch the part 2.
I think he's slick, and I got his location. I see him out on a date, so I'm gonna sit down. Hey, Jamal.
What's good with it?
Hey. Who this?
Who is this?
Who is this?
How you doing, miss?
This your drink?
Yeah.
Let me just sit this right here.
What?
Thank you.
Oh.
Hi. What's your name?
Katie.
No. Who is this, Jamal? You didn't know I had your location?
She said her name's Katie.
You didn't know I had your location?
I never met this woman a day in my life.
You never met her a day in your life. Oh, to see.
You never met me?
It's okay.
You never met me?
It's okay.
¿Qué pasó?
You never met me?
It's okay, Bookie.
You never met me? Who do you live with?
I live alone right now.
You live alone?
Yeah.
That's good. Well, you have another guest. You are not welcome back at my place.
Oh, wait.
No. You want to go on dates with people from your job? So you saying? How about you live with her? Have her pay for all your stuff.
But
Huh?
wait. I don't want to keep him.
Uh-huh.
So if we.
Oh no, neither do I.
So
no.
we need to go?
There's no more.
We can go.
No. You guys can stay. I'm gonna go actually.
I'm
Jamal,
trying to go.
I will make sure that all of your belongings, which is probably 2 bags, are outside. And have a great rest of your night. Okay? No.
I'm gonna need a ride though.
No.
I need a ride.
You need a ride? Go with the new boo.
And you're not getting a ride with me.
No. You guys are good. Thank you. You guys are good. The heck?
That was such a wild dynamic, but it happens way too often. Men who are being housed and supported by their girlfriends often cheat because of deep insecurity and entitlement. Instead of being grateful for the support, they feel emasculated by the imbalance of power in the relationship. Patriarchy has conditioned men to tie their worth to being providers. So when they are not the ones providing in a relationship, they feel small. And cheating becomes their way of reclaiming control and feeding their ego. I tell you, men like that don't see their girlfriend's support as love. Rather, they see it as a reminder of their dependence on her. Men in this position often cheat because cheating gives them the illusion of power, but it's all rooted in insecurity. And when they get caught and exposed, like this guy was, they panic because they've burnt the bridge with the only person that had their back. This behavior is entitlement and selfishness at its peak. Here's a simple lesson for women. Don't play savior. Picking up a man and trying to brush him up often backfires because love isn't about fixing someone or carrying their burdens. Please know this. A man who is not stable emotionally, financially, or mentally is likely to project his insecurities on you, and you will definitely end up drained. So know this. Supporting someone is one thing. Accommodating someone who doesn't bring equal value into the relationship is a recipe for heartbreak. Ladies, love yourself enough to set boundaries. A man should come into your life as a partner, not a project. If that man can't stand on his own 2 feet, he's not ready for you.
There's got to be more to life than being a wife and a mother. And I'm here to tell you right now, folks, guys, if she starts talking like this, if she starts saying stuff like that, get the fuck out.
He's saying that when you marry a girl in her 20s, when she gets to about that mid 30s, early 30s age, she's going to start talking like this. And he chalks it up to her missing out on her hoe phase. She's wondering there's got to be more to life than being a mom and a wife. And she really just wants to go and sleep with a bunch of dudes and not have any responsibility. And really what I think is happening is that for 7 to 10 years, she started in her mid to early 20s, didn't know any better, like a lot of us women, thought that men being mediocre partners and simply bringing home income and not doing anything else in terms of the child raising, in terms of the mental labor, the emotional labor, the domestic labor. We thought that that was just what was accepted, that that's what we should put up with. But then by the time you get to your 30s and you've been doing all that by yourself for so long, this is when we start speaking this way. This is when women start saying, you know what? There has got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more to life than being a mother to my children and to my husband. There's got to be more to life than being a project manager of an entire household 24/7. There's got to be more to life than being the only responsible adult here, making all the decisions, carrying all of the mental labor all of the time. Women don't want out because they want a hoe face, because they want to sleep with random men and wake up in random men's beds. I promise you that's not what these women want. Women want sleep. They want an equal partner. They want to not have to think about everything for everybody. They don't want to be the emotional laborer for everybody in their family. But by the time women get to this point, they don't know what else to do. Women aren't breaking up families, because I don't know what you think is better. An unhappy couple staying in a marriage for the sake of their family and not breaking it up for the kids, or having at least one parent set a decent example of what a healthy relationship looks like, even if it's with themselves. Like, even if one of you in this situation, let's say the mom, goes out and is happy and healthy and thriving, that's one good example. Instead of having two parents in a household who have complete disdain for each other, have very clear animosity, have lots of tension in the house. The kids are picking up on that. They probably even heard you verbally yell at each other before. But for the sake of staying together for the family, I don't necessarily believe that to be better. So if women start speaking this way around that early mid-30s mark, and you married her in her 20s, chances are she's tired of mothering you. She's tired of being everything for everybody and carrying it all alone. And there are women like myself and other women on this app who are explaining to them that they no longer have to accept that is no longer acceptable. That is bare minimum mediocrity.
Please let me know your thoughts on this particular video in the comment section, and also leave your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comment section. I think we've spoken about this topic before. I don't want to add anything to it. I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you would love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch a woman transform her life after she left her toxic marriage, and I'll see you on the next one.